But this could be interesting. Looking at the Lee Sin potentially.
Why does it feel like it's Lucid asking Beryl what he's playing?
Okay, Nidalee comes in, so decent amount of poke, decent amount of pressure, and especially, I mean, we've seen Nidalee do well in Zyra, but Nidalee is a fast clearer and should be able to outpace, for example, a Xin, which is the highest picked jungler in the LCK Cup, and will be picked up by Peanut. Now, support picks, they end up going for the Poppy. So again, decent amount of peel, definitely playing that more defensive game. I feel like the value is not spectacular here on it, but the assumption is that when you have a Nidalee, when you have things like a Rumble as well, Dplus are likely going to want lockdown and engage from their support pick. You know, I'm thinking things like the Rel being available, and I think that Poppy is like a preemptive.
Yeah.
This is what we expect, so we're going to deny it in advance. And I actually think this is a pretty heads-up pick. So the Maokai works well, specifically because it is an engage pick, you know. It is providing what Dplus need, but it's not really counteracted by Poppy. There's not much Poppy can do to stop what a Maokai does. Whereas if you pick something like the Rel, like the Alistar, you're kind of playing into Delight's hand with what he's already taken. So I think it makes sense. A lot of CC being offered by the bot lane, which is important when we have this Nidalee. And it definitely feels like when we get to these team fights, it's going to be about Dplus trying to connect onto this backline, get onto these critical carries, and Hanwha Life Esports trying to deny that.
And guys, it looks like we are ready to hop onto the rim for game number 1.
Dplus are kind of doing something similar. Actually,
oh boy,
walking into a trap.
Uh-oh. And it's level 1 between these two, but it's still going to be a hell of a lot of zoning already. But Zeus, he got the grasp proc.
Yep.
We got something out of the trade.
Did have bone plating there just to mitigate a bit of the damage. You know, obviously a popular option when you know you're in these top situations. But the health being lower does mean if he does end up going bot later, is in a vulnerable spot. We're seeing Shed XP in the mid lane.
I mean, it is Maokai is pretty good at diving and at least trading very aggressively. You see he drops aggro by hitting the minion, and now he's got Xiu, who's level 1, but I think this might be enough damage. The Harpoon is going to miss, though, and Beryl flashes away. He's in a lot of trouble. Oh, he got first blood! He's able to get it anyway. Peanut, of course, will be able to take him down, but at least the feat of strength does go over to DK. Looking to save his flash and then flash towards the end, thinking he could get away. Oh, this time, though, he doesn't have flash, and that's in Nidalee with red buff. He's not getting away from this. The knockback is going to be critical, but does he even have it? The answer is he's
very squishy. So we'll see how that goes. Oh.
All right, well, he's just going to ult away. So ult for ult trade, very nice
damage back, but I mean, this feels like an even easier dive setup than we saw before.
Oh. The root is going to land. Zeus, nice flash away from the spear. I just don't know if it matters, though, because another spear is coming, and Maokai is here. As in they go with the damage. Beryl flashes away. We got to dive in the top lane. Xiu in a lot of trouble here against 3, but Peanut tanking up the turret shots, and it gets traded back.
Flashes out, doesn't risk it, doesn't take the extra hit, which is a good call when you see how much damage he did there to aiming. And here, you know, Peanut tries to play the I'm tanking the tower. I'm just going to walk out on the last hit. There's a great flash there from Xiu to avoid the stun from Delight, and then Peanut here, I mean, that must have just killed him, but definitely the improved towers, the more damage that they have, catching him off guard.
As far as he possibly can. Showmaker, though, is going to dodge back, but Delight is here. The knockup comes in, flash away as Zeka is tanking off the turret, and Showmaker still gets away. And he will survive. We got a TP coming in. Xiu looking to potentially punish this. A lot of health bars are pretty low up here, but they're going to get the first turret, actually. So Hanwha Life Esports, pretty good spot as long as Zeka can get out alive. The light sticking around, but yeah, the TP goes here at the difference in the AD carries. This is what we were mentioning, and now we've got the lockdown. The Xin Zhao pretty good to stop a lot of the incoming damage and the Poppy ult, but it just doesn't matter. They outnumber Peanut in the river. He have that Elise game, but there have also been games where he's been kind of carrying. And here we got Showmaker right on top of Zeka. The ult is well committed to, barely not enough damage. Just saying, okay, I respect you entirely. You've got a level on me. Let's take a look at this play. I think I stopped his back, is what he said, and then.
Oh, yeah, 아지르 필. 아지르 필이야.
And by Showmaker picking it, it's a great pick, but also denies it because of the fearless format. Now Zeka is looking for an angle here. Dplus will back away. There's tank Jace, so that poke basically non-existent. And Showmaker's still pushing. He's fine. I mean, that's the thing. They don't need this dragon. It's a singular ocean dragon. Lucid might try and steal it, but if they get a tier 2, that's a good trade.
Hey, they're even going to throw an Varus ultimate, and the steal comes in. Why not? They're not being zoned away. They're winning the push in top lane. They're winning the teleport battle as well. Double teleport used by HLE.
Scenario for HLE to try and get back into the game is a fight at this objective. So Dplus have to be cautious. And this is them walking away. There's no reason to rush it. You know, there's nothing forcing them to take this objective now. I think starting it up, seeing what happens, completely fine. Overforced. It kind of feels like HLE are saying, look, we're getting forced around the map. Due to this TP advantage, we're just going to start it and force them to come into us, burn some resources. And Dplus are ready.
I mean, a couple ults still down here. Remember the Maokai ult, and there goes the Nidalee just flying as Delight does his job. The smite should come in, and there it is. Peanut locks it down, and now they've got reses to come on in. Zeka just gonna, you know, go ahead, try to throw his life away. He does have Zhonya's though. There's the revive, but they're just looking for anything and anyone at this point. They get barreled down. They've already taken down Shiwu. Hanwha Life Esports, a very nice call. I'm not sure if they're going to get anyone else. You see Theone coming over the wall here. Showmaker wants a bit more. They would love to take out Zeus. As Lucy gets that smiting, gets a bit of a heal as well.
Not the worst case scenario if this dragon does go over, but potentially look for a steal again. They're looking for some poke and fishing here right now.
Even going to commit to a Maokai ultimate here for a bit of zoning. Nice Ez ult. And now they're going to find Zeus on the left side. As you mentioned, he's kind of just a free life, though. He's trying to go in and die and TP back into the fight. Down he goes. And he lives. Big ult as well. And now Barrel's just left to the fishes. Down he goes.
And that tower, I think Siwu, I mean, he does ult. I was going to say, I think he got ulted a bit sooner. Oh, Zeka misses. This is bad.
Yeah, that was not great. He's going to get away, at least.
Bit of power just isn't available to them out. They're looking straight at the Baron. They want to stop the split push from Zeus.
Yeah, I mean, Zeus does have TP, so he will be here. They spot this. Baron's only at half health. I don't know if they
back away now.
Really commit to this. Okay, they're just going to commit to it, I guess. As the Maokai ultimate looking to just zone everybody away, and it does exactly that. Barrel as well will sacrifice his life, but Showmaker's able to trade it back and ult over the wall.
Actives with value there for Dplus in this one.
Look at this brush. I mean, there is ward in there for the side of Hanwha Life Esports, so they will clear it out, but it just gives you enough vision to get some poking down. They still have the Maokai ultimate, but in 5 seconds, they need a little bit of extra time, and it starts early, but it goes to Rumble. Ocean Soul secured, and the equalizer is great. Hits Delight at least, and does secure the kill. Flash forward from Xiu. This guy is a madman. He has the Zhonya's, and he's burning down Zeka, and that will be a free kill for them. Take a look at the rest of the team as well. Lucid desperately trying to corral them up against the wall. Viper doesn't have many places to go in. Goes Showmaker on the left. Viper being corralled into that little alcove. It is just a straight up clean ace to DK.
Expect from them. They have started this LCK Cup with a bang.
They just look so fantastic. Really a team effort in this one. Showmaker does have a very cool KDA. 5-0-0. No assist for the Yone, of course. As now look at the Nexus turrets. And Delight can do absolutely nothing. Flash on in, aiming. You know, he'd love to get some extra damage on the chart, but that will just be a relatively clean victory here to the side of Dplus KIA. They've really just done a great job of running straight into LCK Cup and just being extremely prepared, and they've looked the most prepared out of any team.
And the thing is as well, HLE started this series on blue side, so now next game, probably going to pick blue side again. You know, it's been favored massively, but that means even if they win the next game, Dplus gets side selection in that game 3, so.
I mean, yeah, there you go. Kog'Maw locked in for aiming. This is what happens, you know, we don't have Fearless. Maybe he just picks Varus, right?
Yeah.
This is a totally different situation. So we get Kog'Maw, Renata Glass. The idea, you know, it makes sense. Even if he does get burst down, he's going to at least output a ton of damage, especially as the game
and then,
goes along.
Even if he doesn't res, he gets his passive.
Yeah. We see the comps, we see the teams. Let's jump onto the rip for game 2. Swap. is swapped. And Shu hasn't seen anything yet. But he does ping the brush, and he's about to see them now. And of course, just throws up an early counter-strike. He's still taking a decent amount of damage here, getting zoned out of XP most importantly. Yeah, he's not going to get close to those first 3 melee minions, at least. Showmaker's Ari. He's going to actually hop as he's getting rooted. Shiwu still taking a lot of damage here in the 2v1. The heal comes through. Delight, 1 turret shot, but Shiwu just going to hop away. And he does survive. He's still got TP, but a bit more XP. Lucid, level 4 Wukong. Not the best ganker, but will they have the damage is really the question. Flashes away from the handshake, and Zeus gets away with flying colors, but look at what's happening up here. They do tank it. Shu flashes away, but a lot of turret shots going into everyone. They're going to try to go for the redive. The poke is coming in, but Shu stays alive for now.
Oh, they too just popping the W there for some lane priority. Actually committing the TP as well from Showmaker. Showmaker hitting level 6. This is a huge spike to have for this grub fight. And Lucid is committed to denying at least one of these from Peanut.
I mean, he's got his smite available, but he doesn't want to use it on this one. He's just going to secure the one. Peanut gives the top of the morning Pengu, and is just walking away. You can see the Hanwha Life Esports are going to drop down a wall, though. So they did that, and that was about it. And now here comes DK as the handshake is good. Delight in a ton of trouble. And first blood goes to Kog'Maw of all of the champions on DK to get the money, aiming, of course. The Gold King is looking to get it. And there's the charm as well. A nice flash, though, saving it for the very, very end was Zeka.
They could just kill the Talia and get out here.
Yeah, they absolutely could. Just looking to run away. Actually going for a bit more. The charm lands again after the counter-strike, but Shiu, not long for the world, will have to pay for it. Here comes the Mega Zeus going in, but the Wukong ult is available, and Zeus just gets popped on the head.
Away. If anyone was going to stop them going 5-0, it would have been HLE. And right now, it's looking like pick up one of these grubs. Peanut does have his smite, though. Getting one grub would stall out the feats of strength. But it just feels like the members of Dplus are moving in. The Ari is there again. It's risky.
Smite? Yeah, smite. Yeah.
Denies the contribution towards the feat of strength. And it looks like Dplus not even particularly interested after that.
Yeah. Here comes Lucid. Zeka just has no idea, but oh, he gets stunned on the back rock. Just the final one, the beginning one that the Talia throws out. So
like when you get a pebble in your shoe, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta take your shoe off, get rid of it. Oh.
Well, yeah, flashing into the Sejuani. Unfortunate timing here for Shiu. He is extremely dead. Not much he could do. Players do that as well, where they just act like madmen, and you're like, well, always playing like the junglers here. Delight. Bit of awkward damage going in, but no overcommittal from Lucid. Had a Chemtech Soul yet?
Yes. We did. When I was last casting with Max.
Oh, that makes sense. Zeus is in a bit of trouble. He does have Meganar about to pop, and there it is. The wallop comes down. The range, not enough. So Lucid just going to flash in and bop him on the head.
The Dragon and Peanut trying to find a steal.
Oh, well, the wall's going to come in and kind of corral them up against it, but Delight hits nothing and is just rooted up. A lot of damage, though, into this front line. Lucid and Beryl are going to go down. So Hanwha Life Esports, they get a big chunk of gold on the backside of that. They shut down Lucid as well. And a lot of that gold did go.
Beryl is running down. So they got to make it quick.
I mean, there is a chance, but they're not going to go for it just yet. The Counter-Strike, though, does come out. Bit of extra damage coming in, and there's the turret.
Safer. But it also makes it very hard to play for Dragon once Baron spawns as well, because you're so locked to that top side of the map. Herald comes in.
Well, you do have the Ronaldo Glass just kind of doing nothing. Beryl threw out his ult, hit nobody, and then died. And Sejuani ult, of course, utilized to make it possible, but the positioning was not the greatest. So Beryl just kind of doing Beryl things. Got to be careful about overextending, even as Sejuani.
Yeah, you can't sit in that brush forever. Also, at some point, you have to leave. Now they look to be setting up the Atakan. They do have a Clister, so a lot of secure potential, and you can see the damage already significant. Zeka, I mean, they must know with Zeka doing that they've started it, but can they even get there in time? Lucid is coming.
I mean, there's a wall in their face, and it's just got to be a steal, but it's not. It's Kalista. So difficult to steal against that, as you mentioned. Here comes Hanwha Life Esports barreling through the jungle, desperately trying to go for a fight, but DK at least able to go for the disengage.
Now the play comes around to this Baron that's just spawned. I'll fight for the red buff here.
Delay goes in, gets a decent ult, but it's not amazing, and the charm is huge again. Showmaker going pretty big on this Ahri.
Zay's just pressuring the tower, and you know, the outer towers, good play from HLE, but I feel like Dplus has missed a trick letting this tier 2 mid go down.
Peanut a little bit out of position, but is going to force the flash out of Shu. Has his team behind him at least, and can always dash over the wall.
Without making mistakes, and Dplus right now are hunting for any mistake from HLE to punish.
Zeka, oh, they all dodge it. They kind of spread around it. That was pretty cool. But nice positioning. Really does highlight.
So much damage.
Yeah, it really does highlight that there's just no vision here for DK, and they're desperate. Aiming alone, has to flash. He was just walking down mid lane for some reason.
It's just so hard for them to approach. You know, Zeka's throwing these boulders, and you can't engage in him. He just throws down the unraveled earth, and you're completely cooked. So Dplus get forced away. Another Mountain Dragon over to HLE. If Viper becomes quite bulky, and then Delight, you have the safety net, the Kalista ult. It's like, who are you picking on this team?
There it is, the flash on in. Viper in a bit of trouble, but Delight is zoning excellently, and Peanut is going to land that ult onto the Wukong, but Zeka has to flash away. Tons of damage coming out from aiming, but it doesn't seem to be enough. Nice Renata ult, though, trying to turn it around, trying to give them some space. Siu is pushed into Zeka and given a kill. This Jax now has an angle. He's going in, he's looking, but he's not going to hit it. As they do push away, DK not out of the game just yet.
They don't get the initial pick on Viper, but they've managed to find some kills, get some pressure back, just as the game felt like it was leaving their grasp. They found an angle now. HLE, you're not going to be able to defend this tower. See, being aggressive there, but we'll back away.
Rest of the team trigger on that one as well.
Yeah, stacking mana cost on the ult can really catch up quickly. That ward, huge value there. Now, they aren't starting the Baron. But there's full information from Dplus. They know exactly what HLE were looking for, trying to bait them in.
Well, there's a wall coming down, trying to get aiming. He doesn't have flash, but it's just Zeka who gets charmed and dies instead. And aiming is totally safe. No follow-up. Nothing. Just Zeka going in and dying.
I love the confidence down. They are starting up. Meganar's available. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, they're taking a bajillion damage from the Baron as well. And, okay, Charm comes in again. Siu just gonna bop the Nico on the head. Renata Glass ult actually does a good job of zoning. Great zoning ults as everybody is getting away here. Peanut has to flash. You're looking for more, though. The Charm is going to land again, man. Showmaker is just incredible on this pick. As the knockup on Azeus, they want to take him down. Aiming going 1v1 versus a Kalista. Going to keep him alive, but Beryl will trade his life with the Gnar.
The tower's still there, so perhaps not, you know,
yeah.
see Viper get away, but
Peanut, can they get him? Really? Oh, the W from Showmaker. The flash on in from Lucid gets the job done. So many low health bars. So many people out of position.
Yeah, I think Showmaker's just dead here, unfortunately. Wait, can he get an execute? This might be it. Ooh.
No.
Well, close enough. Close enough. At the end of the day. And now HLE, they're on the map sooner. Yeah. They're able to pick up this dragon. Showmaker did have TP, but they opted not to use it. I think him not being on the map meant they were cautious about approaching. Start this up. They do have teleport on the Jax, so can get there to respond. But you want to force them off the Baron early, because if it comes down to a 50-50, there's a Kalista there, so it's not a 50-50.
Yeah,
it's favored towards them.
And that's what Hanwha Life Esports is playing towards. They're like, yeah, you want to flip? Go ahead. Let's try. It's not a real flip. We got a little play in mid. Zeus trying to hop away. He's actually doing a ton of damage. Here comes the wall. Showmaker, awkward spot, and down will go Siu. There's the knockup and Elucid. He doesn't do much. Zeus goes down, yes, but it's Hanwha Life Esports up a man. Delight's got an angle on the left. They don't quite see him aiming. He's showing himself on the left, and that's a Nico. He gets flashed on. He flashes away, though. He gets away. He gets space, but it's just not maybe enough. He's trying to get the reset. It's not going to happen. Viper just has the damage, and Hanwha Life Esports win the fight and will take down this Baron, which is doing a million damage, but it doesn't matter. They will have it up there just waiting. Yep, for the respawn.
Oh, it was early!
Yeah, it was
no, they got it.
You know, you can have kind of a mediocre game, not really popping off in a big way, but you hit a big ult at the right timing, and you can be the hero. And it did feel like, there was a potential if Aiming and Showmaker had room to maybe do something in that fight, but not when Delight hits that ult. Here comes a wall, and they're up against it. There goes Delight in once again. Lucid dies mid-dash as Showmaker, and there we finally have the Big Gnar ult into the wall. The Kog'Maw goes down, and this game is done and dusted. Hanwha Life Esports should be able to take it down here, as they will, as 5 members, be able to push into the DK base.
Yeah, Zeka find the combo to Showmaker. I mean, without ult, he can't really do much. And it's just closing the game out. Series equalized. Oh, he did just Zeka. Game, Viper just kind of did what he could. We've seen this Wukong Ari work before. We even saw some signs of life from it in this game, but HLE were just so bulky. It was 4 tanks and a Nico with like 2 different ways of being unkillable with the Zhonya's and the Kalista ult. So I think eventually just Dplus just couldn't cut through. I don't know. I feel like both I think HLE had some shortcomings in the game 1 draft. I think game 2 was a lot more even, although HLE came out ahead. But I think this game 2, I think Dplus have a decent edge in this one. I just think HLE don't have the typical engage tools you want, and it's not like Silas has a bunch of great options to steal from. They're nice ults.
Curious about Aiming on the Ziggs. How well can he do? A lot of the damage will come from the Ziggs, especially if it ends up being Tangalia, which is what we see more often. So the Ziggs, Kindred, and Mbessa DPS trio. Could be rough if you're not killing the Jinx, so we'll see how it does go. We're getting ready for game number 3. Let's hop into the Rift right now.
And I think the pool was just small.
There was always Zach. Just saying.
True.
Could have played Zach.
He definitely could have.
Warwick, also available.
Wow. 6-0 so far with the Braum. Misclick.
Let's see. Well, 5 coming up soon.
No. He's going to point Q. Stop it, Brendan. The thing is, you max Q, then you max E, and W is last. So it feels even worse because, you're never going to have that skill order you wanted to lay. Lucid?
Okay. Trading flashes.
Great flash from Lucid.
2 flash. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a dangerous situation. They traded up in sums, but now it's a little bit delicate to approach these scrubs. They definitely want at least 1 if they can get their hands on it.
Yeah, when you're the Ziggs team as well, would be lovely to get as many as possible. Zeus does have level 6 here. And Delight just holding the door in front. Showmaker, nice angle here. Could try to go for it. Even the Ziggs ult going to do a bit of damage in onto Delight. Trying to just create space for that grub that is coming in. Here comes the Silas, though, and Lucid in a bit of trouble. He's not level 6. Down he goes. Barrel goes too deep. And the Mbessa, Siu will trade 1 back, but it's Hanwha Life Esports trading up in a big way.
And I feel like this is just
farming the wave, tanking Qs, and that's about it. Once again, nice canceling from Zeka. I feel like every time he does that, he always comes out ahead on the trades.
Yeah, Zeka pretty good at this Silas champion, to no one's surprise.
Yeah.
Obviously one of these picks that you think Silas, you think you can't. Oh, faded in.
Oh boy, and now Zeka just going to steal the Kindred ultimate. It's going to get pretty interesting. Let's see if Lucid can burst him down. Didn't have the E stack, but he's burning, and it is going to be a kill to Lucid anyway. And it's not the marked target, but it's still a nice
Zeka. I love how they both have like portraits next to their names,
Yeah.
I think this is concerning to give over a 3rd dragon for free already. It's so early for HLE to have 3 dragons for Mountain Soul.
Will they though? That's the question. I mean, Siu's coming up.
Yeah, if they can get the Kindred there, hard to do a 50-50 against the Kindred with the power of the ult stalling it out. I think this is a great call from Dplus to deny. They throw the Herald mid to force HLE to respond, and now get their way in here. Mountain Soul for HLE would be massive. A lot of bulk, but also just keeping that Jinx safe. So I think that might be enough for DK to say, okay, you want to fight, we'll give it to you.
Yeah. Power of TP. And power of backing out of vision as well. Hanwha Life Esports not really able to do much about that. and trying to get Peanut close to the objective, but already the Ziggs poke is coming in, but here comes Zeka trying to get in there, but the Rel ult pretty good onto that front line, and Shu's buying a lot of time in the back, has the Galio on top, a 3-man knockup, and Viper though did get the 1 reset. Can he do enough damage is really the question. Able to chip away at Showmaker, but not willing to take the 3v4, and that will be the Dragon going into the hands of Dplus KIA.
So many tools to respond now. They're looking top. TP is coming in behind.
Yeah, they got to be careful. I mean, taking it slow and steady and peel and poke, they're kind of out of position for that. The engaged Braum ultimately going to catch Showmaker. He has to flash away. Big Ziggs bomb over the top, though, into the satchel, and now in the backline, Shu finds the angle, and this should absolutely go the way of Dplus KIA. Nice pullback there from Zeus to get himself to safety, but now Otacon available. Dplus KIA want more.
Yeah, Zeus no TP and super low. They're recalling, they're giving up on the objective. Huge for Dplus. A lot of damage put out there by aiming. And as well, you can see moving through the show. Not even close. When HLE, you have Peel, HLE don't have great engage, you can just threaten the tower quite comfortably.
Yeah. And he's taking a lot of free damage from Viper.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
For some reason. He's trying to aggressively get in there, and speaking of which, Siu over the top with the Ziggs as well. They do have the Otacon buff. That's a couple of revives already on the cards. CP trying to really capitalize on getting it from barrel.
I think part of this was the fact that aiming had taken so much damage, so like, okay, well, let's just engage. An Otacon buff, you should hope for a lot more.
In live, Zeka in trouble. You see, trying to block the Silas from dashing. Another knockup comes in. Zeka, okay. Gonna buy some time. Does he have a chance? He doesn't have his flash anymore. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of him. Nice pick off there.
Died for nothing.
Zeka dies for nothing, and he TP'd up to that wave, so he stuck around as we were watching the replay. And by the way, the mark also secured by Lucid.
Okay, so a full champion now.
But a couple Mountain Drakes, you know, a 5th stack here now for the Kindred. Things are really beginning to get out of control, but aiming is in the middle of no man's land, and he's gonna get Showmaker in there as well. He flashes away, but Zeus gets the kill. Zeka will be traded for it, though. And we'll see what this Kindred can do. Lucid flashing over the top. Peanut not able to get away. Showmaker buying a lot of time, but that is a pretty excited Jinx, rather, looking to go on the hunt. So DK not going to play with their food and just run away. Although, yeah, Zeus goes in with the TP. And Siu trying to peel for the team. This could get pretty dangerous. The zap on top of Siu, the knockback, and Siu, they just got to leave him. There's no hope for him. And that should be another kill right into the hands. I think it's just going to be a straight up fight over the Dragon. Stun here on the Zeus. He's not able to go unstoppable for a bit, but he's so tanky. Doesn't really matter. Setting up on this one, Zeka, he's got a pretty massive flank, but spotted. Zeus as well. The 2Zs coming over the top as now they try to turn onto Zeka as he does go golden, and it's stolen by Lucid. He gets the Dragon, so many low health bars, and Barrel goes in and just stacks the front line there for his DPS. And you see Zeus is all alone on the back of the fight. He's going to be run down. This should be 3 for the side of Dplus KIA in both Dragons. 3 Mountain Drakes, 3 kills. Eventually, who's going to pick it up is the only question. It does go to Showmaker.
Uses CC, but aiming would have had the satchel defensively, and so he just kind of disengages. And now Dplus pick up the Baron as well. 5,000 gold lead. Dive in. Proto Belt, well, I guess it's Rocket Belt now, and just press R.
Yeah, it's not Xayah, but, you know, it's still an 80 carry that doesn't have a lot of mobility in Jinx. And you're just able to do that as Ziggs, just having a really fun time against this. The Rocket doesn't do anything.
Looks like they're going to keep pushing.
Oh, Peanut in a lot of trouble. This is Viego just doing absolutely nothing the whole game.
Really living up to the Paper Man name.
That is the nickname we gave to him. And aiming.
Try and make it happen. I think that's your best option. He's found a flank again.
Oh, they're trying to get in, and the engaged Braum, surprisingly, doesn't work.
No flash on aiming now, though.
Yeah. And
get hooked. Look at Delight.
Oh, no, that bomb. Just gigantic damage. And Delight's like, what do I do now? I don't even have my ults. She's going to miss his, but the flank angle, this is what we've been talking about. Zeus trying to get to the back line, the flash onto aiming. He finally got onto the Ziggs. The damage is decent, but the Kindred ultimate keeps aiming alive, and they cannot take him down. Showmaker runs in front, just strutting his stuff in the face of the Jinx. And there is just no way to attack this Ziggs the entire game. Aiming can TP into the fight now as well. As Peanut has to back away from this one. They don't have a wave right now, actually. They're trying to get it low enough. Instead, they're just going to get the champions low enough and get 3 more kills. The wave comes in, and the game and the series is over. Dplus KIA moved to 4-0.
And so well together. You think bringing a rookie in, and as much as Beryl has played with this team before, you know, it was with a different jungler. It was with Canyon, and it just feels like the team are working so well as a unit, despite having switched out quite a few pieces, and especially up against a team like HLE, who only changed the top laner. They were summer champions, only changed the top laner, and yet Dplus, it feels like they've adapted to these changes faster.
It's a lot of yelling. It's Showmaker and it's Lucid. And Beryl, of course. Can't count him out. Aiming and Chiyu, they're not going to talk much. Aiming sometimes.
They're just locked in.
Yeah, locked in, doing their job.
And you can see the hype, they're happy about it. You know, this was a big match to take down. This was a big statement. The reigning champs from last summer, Aiming doing a ton of damage as Ziggs does, but Viper also doing a lot, and I feel like, kind of feel bad. He had a really strong Jinx performance given the context, but you just can't do more in this scenario. To prep it more.
Well, guys, we have the interview. I'm going to hand it over to our translator. Take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the LCK Cup POM interview translation, joined by Lucid on the side of Dplus KIA. Congratulations! The captain of Group Baron, Hanwha Life Esports, and you took them down and get to continue your undefeated run. How do you feel? Yeah, being able to win makes me really happy, and I feel like we definitely contributed to our group, which is very delightful. You know, especially in Game 1 draft, the last R5 Maokai pick was highly praised by the analysts. So, can you walk us through how the team decided to go with Maokai? You know, Maokai was really good going into the enemy comp. And I think being able to scale, I think that's just something that Beryl also really wanted to play, so he was very proactive in picking this. And in Game 3, despite the high-tier priority pick, K'Sante being open, you took Mbessa first, and after giving up K'Sante, you completed a Kindred Galio comp. So what was the strategy here? You know, she was really good with K'Sante, but I think he said that he was more confident with Mbessa. And, you know, Kindred, I was a little timid about playing Kindred, but our team actually encouraged me, so I just went ahead and locked her in. I think we're really getting along in the team. Dplus KIA, just how are you so good? As the only undefeated team in the LCK Cup with a 4-0 record, what is Dplus KIA's biggest strength? You know, in this meta, team fighting is really important, and I think our team is very good at team fighting, so I think we will be able to keep on and finish up the groups with an undefeated run. It looks like your birthday is coming up, so happy birthday! Would you like to say anything to your fans? You know, the holidays are coming up, the Lunar New Year, and my family, or my birthday as well. So I hope everyone has a great holiday. Only one group battle match remains, and your opponent is OK Savings Bank Furion, who recently pulled an upset. So what is your resolution? You know, losing in the Kespa Cup really makes me want to get my payback. And I want to make sure that we end the group battle with a 5-0 record. And that's the end of the interview with Lucid, and back to the space. Thank you.